think that the racing and the weather really surprised everybody in the Farr Association, you know, because I think I talked to many of the members, and they thought it was just a little pond in the middle of the country, and you don't have wind or waves or anything like that. So I also think that they didn't think that any of the Great Lake teams could actually win the event. So it's really fascinating to see how it happened. The only thing that the yacht club didn't deliver, and every member of every team complained to me about it, is they think that we should have more water in the Great Lakes. And so it was a tough sledding in our slips here, but we made through it. I would say I had a lot of fun watching it. I had a lot of fun participating in their events. So what I'd like to do, and what the club would like to do, is really recognize the two boats and the teams that actually won. Interestingly enough, they have two trophies. One is the Corinthian, and then the Farr 40 Worlds Trophy. And the difference between the two trophies is the number of professional crew and the number of sails the boats are allowed to carry. And interestingly enough, the Chicago Yacht Club won both. Chicago Yacht Club members won both. We didn't win the trophy. What we're going to do for the Corinthian trophy, for Inferno, could you guys come on up and explain what we're going to do? The whole team. First, we're going to recognize the team and the boat for a year on the Wall of Fame, which of course is on the south side of the club. We're going to actually put the picture up, but we're actually going to give you the poster so Phil can have that for his home. Phil has agreed to leave his trophy at the club. The trophies are actually traveling trophies, and the winning team gets to keep it until the next Worlds. I'd like to show you some of the awards they gave, but the trophy was out there, and then also they have half models here that each winning team gets. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'd like to do is have everybody give a round of applause, and then I'd like for you guys.
Thanks on behalf of Phil Dowd, who could not be here tonight. I know he was pretty excited about winning this event. He has been a member here for a long time, I think 1974, but I'm not 100% certain. We had a good time. It was a great regatta. The weather couldn't have cooperated better, I don't think. It was not too cold, and it certainly was windy enough. So I think we all had a good time. Anyone else?
I think you want to give this to me. What can I say? It's definitely the coolest regatta I've done. Seeing all the boats lined up was good, and it was also really cool to see Lake Michigan really deliver on the variety of conditions. I mean, 25 to 35 out of the northwest, or northeast rather, with big waves. Then more boat breaking weather, 20 to 30 out of the south with no waves. We had light air, and then the final day, a drifter, where we got off one race, but it was fun.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Chicago Yacht Club, which ran an awesome event, and to Flash Gordon, which was really amazing. I mean, I think the whole city should be proud of their performance. I mean, this is So we sort of won the beer can award. They really set a great example for the rest of the city and the Midwest. So it was awesome.
All right, well, thank you again for participating.
not come up.
It's just get up. Mike, over here.
The way, Helen, the way we're going to recognize your team is we're going to also put you on the Hall of Fame for a year. We're going to have the winter blinker have that nice picture on the Hall of Fame, which really was fun to watch you guys as you realized you won. Then we're also going to recognize Helmut and Evan on the CYC honor roll, which if you go over and look, you'll see how few people have ever been awarded this. But what's more interesting is Helmut has actually been recognized twice for his sailing skills, and we think, and I think it's true, that Evan will be the youngest and only associate ever recognized on the honor roll. Has agreed to leave his traveling trophy here up through Christmas because he'd like to show it to some of his other friends outside of Chicago. And so the half model blinker, you know, it's really, in the yachting world, as you guys all know, it's really an honor for a club to have a member that's a world champion. So he deserves everything that we're going to give you tonight.
Thank you. I told her not. I lost my voice. Lost my voice. Last, when I come back, last night, when I actually got an award from the Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitats for the accomplishments he made doing tall building. And I barely avoided telling him that I'm getting a more important recognition. What we accomplish is based on speed and drive and finishing on top of everybody, and not based on some people deciding on your buildings, where they are. It's always political. And what you can achieve in sailing, especially in a one design class, is not disputed. I'm going to go a little bit back. When I got to Chicago in 1966, I always wanted to start sailing. And some guys in the office, you said those roads down in the evening. And some guy in the office got me via lightning, we capsized, and got towed in, and the mast came through the hull. In May, when it was very cold, and we got from Farr, rapid transit, and then we got the IMS boats. And then the IMS boats became a very difficult thing because there was always a guy showing up in the next race who was 20 seconds faster on the paper, but only 2 seconds and we were only 2 seconds faster based on the rating. So this when the one design started, and we got the Farr 40s. We got now a served for 40, and we were in the barn of the barrel. And we kept going, and when we met on Sunday night, we decided our strategy. We said we got a good team. We got a chance. We can't make any mistake. We don't want any double digits. We got any good starts. And we don't take any chances. And that's how we won. And I probably was not the most important about it. This guy here. It was an accepted regulation that we hand over the half, and then he got over 24 and a half. Because I don't have an ACL anymore, and I don't have this guy. He takes over. He says races where we didn't make any mistakes. And the last day, we held on. He said conservative races, and we ultimately won. The first time Evan was on the boat, was on the mag race, was I think 1995. He was 15 years old. And the mother said, make sure you wear a life jacket. But didn't have a life jacket. This was the race when we hit a storm just off Milwaukee. And it was blowing 60 knots. And Terry Hudson, who was our tactician, said, what are we going to do? We got to take the sail down. Boats were going all over the place, left and right and whatever. And the crew members were holding on to it. And fortunately, the decision to take the sail down was made at the hour out of the boat. So we got to the thing, and this is the time we won the overall mag race. Right? And that's what he used to actually ride horses. I guess my wife is not here tonight because she's in a horse show. And he got sick and tired of riding in horse shows. He had all these fancy dresses. I wanted to go.
Oh no.
It's actually great to be here tonight and seeing people committed to a sport which is expensive and which takes a lot of commitment. And the Chicago Yacht Club has shown that it can hold a top event, this event, and some of my fellow owners have admitted this was the best world championship we had in a long time. And we were in Monroe, in Newport, in Copenhagen, and in Sydney, and we had a bad experience in the Dominican Republic. I never got my luggage with me. And I think the Chicago Yacht Club should feel very proud of hosting this event in a very professional way, I think it's going to be, you know, it was very well attended with 20 boats, which is for today's economic condition a very good event. I got today a report of how many boats are going to next year in Newport have committed. There are 12 boats. So, and I'm sure there'll be more boats than that. And I maybe not me, but we will bring the next World Championship in several years back to the city.
Thanks. I don't want to take up too much more time, but I think a special thanks has to go out to Janet Crabb and Liv Sigmund for thanks to both of your hard efforts for putting together such a great event and representing Chicago Yacht Club so well. I think it's pretty widely known around this room, but you know, sailing is a sport that you can do your whole life, and to be able to do it with your father is a tremendous experience as well. So it's not only been a sport that's taught me a lot, directly and indirectly, but it's also been a coming of age, and I've been able to share that with my father, and that's very special. And then obviously to win the World Championships is experience that, you know, very few people get to have, and to be able to accomplish that with my father is really incredible. And I still really haven't put my words around it, but I'm sure I will look back at it in a couple of years, or even, I don't know, in a month from now, and say, wow, that's pretty tremendous. But another thing that, and it was just, I think, pure irony, that the first person I saw when I got off the boat, the last race, was Chris Mitchell, who used to be the junior sailing school director when I was starting sailing. And she was the first person I saw, and I gave her a big hug, and I told her thank you. And I said, you know, thank you for getting me into this sport and teaching me everything that I knew when I was younger. And I think it was just an interesting full circle experience to have that happen. And it's also representative of how great a sailing culture the Chicago Yacht Club breeds, is that I was able to come up through the Chicago's the junior sailing program, do that for, I think, 10 years. And you know, at the time I treated it like summer school or summer camp. It was just fun on the water. Got to go out there and capsize the boat and swim around. I never thought that at one point I'd be competing for a world championship, but I think that's the great experience that you can get from the sport, and how far it goes, and you know, it's a sport that you can never stop competing. So thanks to everybody.
I think you should meet some of the people. Obviously, not the whole crew is there, because some of the people are sailing and they're from out of town. But the first guy, Dave, came over here. Dave started to sail with us in Harbor Springs, which was always a big of the mag race. He was 18 years old. How old are you now? 41 years. No, the gray. So, and we have been together. And if anybody had the drive and putting this conviction that we could win this together, it was there. Yeah. Because we had it now on Sunday night, and we said, we can win this. And it's this belief, you know, that you establish a strategy. And everybody knows the strategy, not winning the races, but winning the regatta. Okay? No. And that was just what drove us every day, and everybody performed according to the spoken. The other bro, Matt Cassidy. Matt, come on. As I said in the award ceremony, Matt Cassidy started in Harbor Springs too. That's where they all come from. How many years?
15.
15 years. And he stayed with us. He races with a lot of boats. He's the best barman in the world. And so he isn't always on the boat, but he's on the boat when it really counts. So why on a boat?
I'm on the boat because sailed with one of the best owners in the business and some of the best crews, or the best crew in the business. So wouldn't trade for him.
And then Scotty, he works for our competitors, get more wings than ever. He's a structure engineer, fortune, an architect. Why do you say that?
Not for a job. I started sailing with Helmet 10 years ago. This was my 10th season, and he is the best owner, and he always wants the best team. You know, Gerb tells us when to be there, when to show up. I get to work with guys like Matt Cassidy, who sail all over the world, one of the best pros in the world. You know, these guys are now my brothers. We travel the world, sometimes miss our flights, but we enjoy being around each other, and that's why I do it.
Todd. Todd also a newcomer with the team. He runs the Chicago Match Racing Center for Don Wilson, and he filled in for a long time crew member who didn't make the race. And he obviously contributed with his performance that we didn't get hurt by his failure. And so what do you take away from being at Flash
It was great to be a part of the crew this summer, and really had a number of guys on board to look up to. From Matt to Gerb, Bill Hardesty on tactics. It's a lot of role models on board this boat. So thank you all.
Now, you know, when you're out there all the time, you gotta, there's more than just sailing. You also gotta eat well. And Marge, Marge does everything for me and my wife. We don't want to do. Okay. He does it in a great way. And he travels with us. And I think this is part of the success, because when you run a campaign like we've been running for years, you know, this is part of the success. We stay together. We live together. We are a big family. And Marge makes us feel very comfortable.
Thank you, Mr. I just want to say that I spent a lot of time with the guys. I know the sailor, but I see him hungry in the morning and hungry in the evening. When they walk in the morning, I know who wants scrambled eggs, who wants hard boiled. No questions. But I want to say is, me and Evan sat down once and had lunch, and we decided to create the menu for the future. And I think me and Evan, we decided to feed the crew the best we can, which meant high protein, low glycemic.
No potato chips.
No potato chips.
Don't give away your secrets.
And it worked. We got the topmost guys who performed, and after 8 years working for Mr. Young, finally we achieved the World Championship. I'm really proud of you. Thank you.
We have two chairmen right now. Been part of the campaign in 2013, which starts in Key West in January, moves to Miami, and after this to Newport, Massa Vineyard, and back to Newport in the World Championship in late August in 2013.
That's going to be such a disappointment.
That's right.
No, good, we didn't say anything.